Hello, I'm Maxime Gilbert, the chef of the restaurant Écriture in Hong Kong, 2 Michelin star. And today I'm going to cook for you Japanese rosy sea bass, steamed with sake and a sauce made only from the bone. So for the ingredients, you will only need a very nice fresh rosy sea bass. You can also do with different kind of fish that you can find in the market. Need to be white meat and not too thick fillet. Like this is gonna cook quickly. Me, I use French kombu seaweed that are naturally salty, but you can use whatever seaweed that you can find at your fisherman. Some lemon, some sake, and verbena. So first thing that we do for this recipe, we're gonna fillet the fish, but you can ask your fisherman at the market to get already fillet. This is more easy. And what is important is to keep the bone for this recipe, because the bone are gonna become the sauce. We're going to extract the collagen of the meat that is inside the bone, and it's going to naturally become water. So we don't keep the head. What I like about this fish is the fattiness of the meat, and by cooking it steam, we're going to have the different texture that is become almost gelatin from the skin, and very tender of the meat, very white. So this is the bone that we're going to keep. So we're going to chop in a small piece. And what is important is to soak them in water for one night, or at least a couple of hours. Like this, the blood is going to be removed and you're going to get a very, very pure and white sauce. If you do it directly, the blood will stay inside the bone and the sauce will not have this white color that we want. So when you have your fillet, you cut them in two, because those ones are pretty small. It's a fish that is around like 600 grams, and you're just gonna make 4 portions out of it. All this little trimming is the same. You keep them with the bone in the water to rinse to get the sauce. So for this sauce, we're gonna place the bone that we have been rinsing with the little trimming of meat, placed in a vacuum bag. So we need to be very careful and don't dirt the vacuum bag, because if you make it dirtier, it's not going to vacuum properly. So we're going to use the vacuum machine. We just place the bag. I'm going to put the maximum power to extract the air and seal at 3. So now that is vacuum, we're gonna steam for 1 hour at 60 degrees. So now we're gonna prep the fish. So we have the seaweed that we're gonna place on a small rack. Gonna put some olive oil on the seaweed, because we don't want the meat to stick to the seaweed. And we're gonna place a small piece of verbena, just to bring some freshness to the fish. So you can use any other herbs that you can find in the market. That's just gonna bring a little bit of freshness to the fish. So same, we're gonna place a little bit olive oil on both sides of the fish. Again, just to avoid the meat and the skin to stick to the seaweed. And we place another piece of verbena on top. And we're gonna cover the fish again with another seaweed, same olive oil on both, and we're gonna keep it room temperature, just the time to finish the sauce. So now we have the sauce in the oven for 1 hour. So you can see in the bag, all the water, the white, is just the collagen and the water from the meat and the bones. So we open the bag and we strain in a thin strainer. So we don't want to press too hard, just a little bit, and you will see all this is just coming from the fish. It's the collagen. So we're gonna place this sauce in a small pot, and we're gonna warm it. So for this sauce, we don't add any other liquid than the liquid that we will have from the bag. We're just gonna finish it with a lemon juice and just a pinch of salt. To cook the fish, I have a copper cocotte that inside I put stone. And this cocotte, I'm going to put it in the oven at 300 degrees in order to have it very, very, very hot. And when we're going to pour the sake inside, it's going to steam and it's going to cook the fish. So 300 degrees, that's the maximum power. We want it very, very, very hot. So when your sauce is very hot, you can see it start to smoke a little bit. We're going to mix with blender and get it a little bit foamy. Gonna take the cocotte, so you need to be careful, super hot. And from this you need to be very fast. So you put the tray inside, you pour the sake, and I have my little tea sander that is 3 minutes. So don't worry, it's only steam. And you just wait 3 minutes. It's very fast and it's the perfect time to get the fish cooked. So now it's cooked. So you just open the seaweed. Up here, remove the little verbena. So you see the fish is not stick on the seaweed. So this dish is only the fish and the sauce. And the sauce we just pour on the side. Et voilà, finish.